The 90s and early 2000s undeniably gave us some of the most addictive earworms that we just couldn't get out of our heads.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Unfortunately, a lot of the artists behind some of pop music's biggest hits have ended up in the dreaded one-hit wonderland. Have you ever stopped and thought, what the heck happened to the singer whose only hit song once became the anthem of your life? Well, today's your lucky day because we're checking back on these 10 one-hit wonders to see where they are now. What's up, Addicts? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay tuned for our number one pick because I bet her once chart-topping song is still sitting high on your road trip playlist.
And now, the number one most requested song on WQQR.
Oh my God! It's our jam!
This is our jam.
Number 10, Cisco, Thong Song. Who hasn't bumped and grinded to this 1999 mega smash from R&B star Cisco? Well, besides me. The song, along with its controversially racy music video, took the world by storm and purportedly helped increase Victoria's Secret sales by 80%. Cisco, who was formerly a member of American R&B group Dru Hill, released his first solo album in 1999 titled Unleash the Dragon, and Thong Song was the first single released from it, which ultimately became the national anthem of spring break as the world ushered in a new millennium. But did you know that the song was inspired by Cisco's sexy encounter with a woman he once dated?
So we making out, and I'm rounding second base. She decides she wants to get up and strip. It's the first time I had ever seen a thong, and it was glorious.
And remember that unforgettable string section? It's actually a riff on Eleanor Rigby by the Beatles and renowned violinist Bruce Dukov, who's done scoring for over 1,000 movies, created that famous Thong Song riff.
Is this something like this kind of sound you want to have a... And he said, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do.
Although Cisco did follow through with a second album and another single that did pretty well, he never quite replicated the massive success of the Thong Song. Today, the father of two still tours with Dru Hill and another R&B supergroup, Boyz II Men, and calls Minnesota his home. In 2018, he even wrote a children's book, and he's currently working on an animated movie through the nonprofit foundation Save the Music. Keep watching till number one because that song was a certified cultural phenomenon. Number 9, Los Del Rio, Macarena. Are you one of those people who once tried to decode the meaning behind the lyrics of Macarena?
Did you say two friends?
Two of them? Two friends? Two friends, did you say?
So she's cheating.
Yep, sorry for crushing your 90s soul, but this 1994 Spanish hit that had the entire world doing the ultra cheesy dance move is about a girl named Macarena who cheats on her boyfriend with her two friends.
I don't want him, couldn't stand him, he was no good, so
I bet you also didn't know that Los Del Rio, the Spanish duo behind the mega hit Macarena, has been in the music business since the 1960s. Macarena, which became the go-to dance theme of many a wedding, family reunion, and sports halftime performances, became so influential it ranked number one on Billboard's all-time Latin songs and was hailed as the greatest one-hit wonder of all time by VH1 in 2002. It has also spawned a number of cover versions, from Los Del Mar to American rapper Tyga.
Hey, Macarena. Put the chopper on a nigga, turn him to a sprinter.
The duo, comprised of Antonio Romero Manga and Rafael Ruiz Perdigones, still performs in their homeland of Spain, where a music hall was even named after them, the Anfiteatro Los del Rio in the town of Dos Hermanas. They were also awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award by the Latin Grammys in 2017. Number 8. Lou Bega, Mambo number 5. Another artist who recently covered Macarena is one-hit wonder extraordinaire Lou Bega. But we're not here to talk about that. Instead, we're here to jam to his own 1999 hit single that introduced us to a little bit of Monica, Erica, Rita, Tina, the list goes on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride.
The German-born David Lubega, aka Lou Bega, turned Cuban instrumentalist Perez Prado's 1949 instrumental into the irresistible dance pop jingle that is Mambo number 5.
I was living the struggling life of a musician, right, of a writer, not making it, and then all of a sudden, you just hit the jackpot. And then I was constantly touring for like 2-3 years.
Despite not being able to fully recapture the glory days of Mambo number 5, Lou continues to make music in his hometown of Berlin, and he remains available for corporate bookings. Offstage, he's a happily married man to his wife Genevieve Jane and a loving father to his daughter. In 2018, he also starred in a Christian movie titled The Last Reformation. Number 7. Hanson. If you don't know who Isaac Taylor and Zach are, then can you even call yourself a true blue 90s kid? Okay, perhaps this song will refresh your memory. These brothers, collectively known by their last name Hanson, broke into the pop music scene in 1997 with their hit single M'Bop, which reached number 1 in over 27 countries and was included in VH1's list of the 100 greatest songs of the 90s.
When you can play a song, you know, and it still feels like it resonates, that's kind of an accomplishment.
After the astronomical success of M'Bop, the brothers never stopped making music and have produced 13 studio albums to date. Their latest one, titled Perennial, was released in 2020. In recent years, aside from making music for their own record company, Hanson has appeared as guest performers in TV shows, and they even made a cameo in Katy Perry's music video for Last Friday Night. They also continue to perform M'Bop to this day because if we're being honest, this song never gets old. Number 6. Chumbawamba, Tub Thumping. This may come as a surprise to a lot of music fans, but Chumbawamba's punk rock track Tub Thumping is actually a politically charged song about the resilience of ordinary people.
I get knocked down.
Unbeknownst to many, the English rock band's music had always had an anarchist and activist tone to it ever since the band was formed in 1982, and they had been performing songs that aimed to espouse social causes such as animal rights, feminism, and class struggle.
There's always a sort of a difference between the sound of Chumbawamba, which can be very sweet and poppy and full of harmonies, and then the actual texts themselves, which can be quite hard.
Tub Thumping was released in 1997 and became the band's most famous single, topping charts in the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and even made it to the US Billboard Hot 100. Chumbawamba continued making music and toured for 30 years until they finally called it quits and disbanded in 2012. I guess you can say they knocked down and didn't get up again. Number 5. Macy Gray, I Try. All the feels just come back after hearing that song again. When Natalie Renee McIntyre, more popularly known as Macy Gray, released her debut album On How Life Is, critics lauded the singer's distinct, raspy voice and her Billie Holiday-style musicality, which gave mega-hit record I Try that extra dose of heartfelt sincerity. But although she tried to hide it, it's clear that Macy's world crumbled when her instant popularity got the better of her. For years, she struggled with drug addiction while on tour.
I used to do press with my glasses on because I'd be sitting there falling asleep. I'd be literally, they'd be talking to me and I'd do it like that. and I'd be asleep.
She would later go on to produce 9 more studio albums, and her latest one, Ruby, was released in 2018. In the past 2 decades, she also showcased her acting chops in a number of movies and TV shows, such as Spider-Man, That's So Raven, and Fuller House.
Hi, Macy. I'm
Hi.
Kimmy. I just have to say, I love your music. Thanks. And your Thanksgiving Day parade.
Number 4. Aqua, Barbie Girl. The Danish band's smash hit raised a lot of eyebrows when it dominated the airwaves in the late 90s, and it's easy to see why, what with sexually charged lyrics such as this. The hyper-sexualized lyrics of Aqua's song Barbie Girl earned the ire of Barbie doll creator Mattel, which led to the toy company suing MCA Records for violating their trademark and for allegedly ruining the innocent reputation of their brand. However, it didn't stop the platinum-selling record from hitting number 1 in the UK and Australia and making the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100.
We were having the time of our life. It's what we dreamt about since we started the band.
Over the last 20 years, Aqua has released a total of 3 studio albums and have split and reunited 2 times. Their latest reunion tour kicked off in 2016, and in 2018, the pop band released their new single called Rookie. Number 3. Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back. Gen Zers may not recognize this melody in its original form.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got ballet.
But I bet they'll recognize the same tune from this Nicki Minaj banger. Yup, way before Nicki was twerking the heck out of her buns, hun, rapper Sir Mix-a-Lot was already singing about his obsession with, well, big butts.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Today, the song would be considered relatively tame, but back when it was first released in 1992, Baby Got Back became so controversial for its blatant sexual lyrics that MTV even banned the music video for a short while. Ironically, though, Sir Mix-a-Lot wrote the song to empower black women and to shatter the magazine cover girl stereotype.
Don't worry about them. Baby, you are beautiful, you are gorgeous, you can do what you want to do, to hell with them. So it's kind of an empowering song by accident.
But as they say, there's no such thing as bad publicity, and the track soon became the 2nd best-selling record in the US that year and topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart for 5 consecutive weeks. Fast forward to 2014, and Nicki Minaj gave the song its due recognition by sampling it in her track Anaconda. In recent years, Sir Mix-a-Lot has hosted a morning radio show in Seattle, flipped a house for a reality show, and even appeared in an episode of BoJack Horseman.
Why is the other judge Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Because I'm an honest and impartial judge. And if there's one thing I'm famous for, it's that I cannot lie.
Number 2. Natalie Imbruglia, Torn. While we're on the subject of samples and covers, ICYMI, Natalie Imbruglia's smash single Torn is unfortunately not her original song. Yep, your childhood has been a complete lie.
You're a little late, I'm already told.
Natalie's chart-topping version is actually a remake of a 1995 song by an American alternative rock band named Edna Swap. Crazy, I know! Regardless, the Australian singer-songwriter made the record distinctly her own, which resonated with a lot of music fans and ultimately helped Torn stay on the Billboard Hot 100 charts for an astounding 44 weeks!
But truly speaking, I don't think anybody knew how much that song was going to connect, like how far and wide its reach would be.
Natalie Imbruglia has not been able to replicate Torn's success, but she remains to be a pop rock fixture in the British and Australian music scene. After the success of her debut album Left in the Middle, from 2001 to 2015, Natalie has released 4 more studio albums. She also appeared in a string of movies and served as a judge on The X Factor Australia in 2010.
The singing was not great, girls.
Who are you?
More recently, along with the announcement of her pregnancy on social media, Natalie also revealed she's set to release a brand new studio album in 2021. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing, boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app settings. Number 1, Vanessa Carlton, 1,000 Miles. Oh yeah, you bet we saved the best for last. Hit it, Miss Carlton.
It's really an instrumental song, you know?
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound.
And equally iconic was Terry Crews's version from the movie White Chicks.
And I need you, and I miss you.
When the track was released in 2002, 1,000 Miles instantly became the unofficial anthem of men and women yearning for their long-distance booze. But what elevated it to pop culture phenomenon was Terry Crews's hilarious take on the pop ballad.
That song changed my life forever. I remember being in Vancouver where we shot the movie, and all of a sudden the choreography just came. It was like dun 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 dun.
A massively successful song like 1,000 Miles is certainly hard to replicate, and while Vanessa has followed through with 5 more studio albums over the last 16 years, they never quite matched the commercial success of her debut album, Be Not Nobody. But for Vanessa, the term one-hit wonder isn't at all a bad thing.
The phrase one-hit wonder is like, it was always made to be an insult. Like, you're supposed to be so insulted, but the whole point of one-hit wonder, you're wondering how you had a hit at all. No one has a hit song.
So, which of these songs and artists do you still listen to this day? Let us know in the comments section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Now, let's take a trip down memory lane and relive the 10 most important moments in music history. Till then, stay memorable, Facnatics, and see you in the next video.